up until the beginning of this school year, so it would be like August of the past year, 2023, I absolutely hated school and I wanted to, drop out of the school as fast as possible. And so, if you feel like something similar to me, just watch this video because I think it might really help you. Now, do not hate school. I will tell you exactly what to do, right? But before I do that, you have to understand two things. That first of all, rushing things is not good for you. And actually, that was only the one thing that you need to understand. Um, if you don't really understand why rushing different things is not good for you, why you should never rush things, just look at one of my previous videos. This is exactly titled the same: why you should never rush things, something like this. Watch that, okay? Watch that video, you'll understand everything. Now, if you understand what I mean by not trying to rush everything, here's where we can actually move on to the actual video, right? So what happened was I actually hated school, and I was like, why the fuck do I have to wake up at 5 a.m. because that's actually when I need to wake up at 5 a.m., go to this school, and like I'm spending 12 hours of my day, and that is actual because I live in small town and I have to take train right to the city where my school is located. So every single day, so it's like 5 a.m. wake up, then 6 a.m. I have my train, then 7 a.m. I'm at the place, 8 a.m. I start my classes, something like 3 p.m. I end my classes, then I have to wait to 4 p.m. for for the train back home, and then maybe at 5 a.m. I'm at home. So that's like from 5 a.m. to 7 to 5 a.m. from 5 p.m. Jesus Christ, you have so freaking weird time system. It's fucking my mind. But I actually think I told you that I'm back at 5 a.m. I actually meant 5 p.m. right? I hope that's clear, that actually can think for me and interpret my sentences in the right way. So yeah, 5 a.m. I wake up, 5 p.m. I'm at home. And so I was like every single day, bro, I could do so many things during this time, and yet I still have to sit in my kind of biology class or whatever shit that was. I will never use those things in my entire life. Now, this is actually true because geography, okay, that is cool to know, like what kind of how world looks like, what kind of countries you have, what are their capitals, something like that, just basic knowledge, it is okay. But when I'm learning the same stuff over and over again for I believe it's like 12 year, bro, it's just getting so annoying because there's nothing new, and to be honest, it doesn't really interest me anymore. So that is fucked up, to be honest with you. And I was furious. I felt so much rage within me, but I had to still sit there and waste my time, and I wanted to like drop out of the school as fast as possible, right? Now, guess what happens when you try to rush things? Guess what you shouldn't ever do? Rush things, right? That is why I told you that it is important. So my mindset kind of shifted at the beginning of this year, and I kind of started looking at it, right? So in a different way. Now, first of all, you shouldn't hate school. Like, you should actually go and not be like angry at the world because you cannot change sometimes you cannot change, but you have to sit in this particular class right now. Okay, you cannot change that, so you have to sit there anyways. So why would you make this even worse and like be angry at the world, be mad, be like try to be like cool and don't listen in those classes because it won't, you won't use this knowledge anyways? Yeah, that is true. For most cases that is true. You won't ever need this kind of knowledge in your life. Listen, I am on the programmer, right? And everyone tells me that I need to like know math really good. That is true to some degree, but for the first couple of years in the industry, you won't ever use math. I can tell you right now because like I do this stuff, and the most like advanced thing that I did was dividing, like I don't know how it's called to be honest, but like it's modulo. So it means that you take a number and you check if there's like something. So let's say you take 6 and you check if you divide the 6 by 2, if it will give you something, if something will be left, right? This in this case not, because like it's 0, it's 3, right? So nothing is left. But if you take 7 and divide it by 2, you'll be left with 1, right? So this is like the modulo dividing. I hope it's kind of called the same in English, but yeah. Anyways, that is the most like advanced kind of, you know, mathematical equation that I used. So yeah, that is true that you won't need 90% of the knowledge from the school anyways. But now, if, as I already told you, you still have to be there. It doesn't matter what you will actually need, what do you think, you still have to sit in those classes. So just listen, because what's even worse, what you can make, and that's even worse, is failing your classes and having to sit there one additional year. That is the worst case scenario, because like if everything goes right, you will just, you know, finish this school. Maybe you will actually be able to drop out, but I will go into that in more details soon. But for now, let's focus that maybe you will be even able to drop out, and even if not, you'll be just there the same amount of time that you were meant to be, right? According to the system. But it would be even worse if you would be like badass, cool, and didn't listen in those classes, and you would fail them, and you would have to spend 1 or 2 additional years in this system. That is even worse. So if you actually have to sit there anyways, just freaking listen, and I can guarantee you that this time will pass by even faster. So that's another benefit for you, right? Now, if you're already sitting there, just try to, maybe you can always like improve something. So for example, you can try to memorize the lesson, like not maybe take some bullet points note, like right, and like try to then come back home and remember what was the lesson about. What is the way to exercise your memory, to train your memory? What you can also do is try to focus on every single word that the teacher tells you. Now you're training your focus, and both of those things, they are necessary in your like later life. So even if you finish the school, you will then have this benefit that you can focus, that you can remember things, even if you have like simple tests, right? Just learn for that, because first of all, this will make sure that you won't fail those classes. So thanks to that, you'll be able to like finish the school, like, you know, as I said, in the time you were meant to be in this school, not like 1 additional year, for example. Second of all, you'll train your memory. I know you will say that, but this knowledge is useless. I can watch YouTube videos and learn something actually productive, like something actually, like, necessary for me. I can learn about my business. Okay, that is correct. But to be honest with you, there's one video on my channel that blew up absolutely and got like 2.4k views. And in this video I tell you that sometimes on YouTube you know basically everything. There's one point where you learn when you watch so many videos on YouTube that now you know everything, and every single video that you learn after, that you watch after that, is just another video where someone is saying what you already know, but in different words. So that is the waste of your time. So if you tell me that, okay, but instead of learning for this exam, for this test, I could just watch YouTube and learn about business, for example, okay, but you could also do that on a weekend, right? Because that's the exact amount of time that you need. If you can dedicate like 5 hours of learning on YouTube per week, that is more than enough. You will not learn anything new if you will spend like 5 hours every single day. That will not give you anything. It will be just coping and wasting time, to be honest with you. So sometimes you can just learn. Now you might say that, well, but I could actually do some other things, like actually take action in terms of my business. Yes, that is right. And so what I do personally is I come back home and I use this time that I have left to first of all focus on my business. So for example, first things that I will do right after I come back home, I will record videos on this channel. I will script videos and prepare some scripts and all of that stuff for my second channel that is about to launch this weekend, about my agency. So that is why it will be scripted and all of that stuff, because most of those videos will be just sales letters and they will be optimized for reaching business owners. I know I say in my videos that you shouldn't optimize for different things, but like this time it won't be what I want to optimize because I want money. I want to optimize because I see long-term success in that, and so that's like different approach. But that's not the topic of this video. So I will record those videos. I will work on that videos. I will develop some AI solutions that later on I can just take, copy and paste, right, to my clients. And that is the beauty of this, because you can, you can focus on those business stuff, right? Dedicate some time, and like the most productive way to do that is to set yourself 3-hour block aside and spend only those 3 hours per day working, but make it deep work. What I mean by that is that you're only focused on the work. You throw your phone out of the window, you throw your family out of the window, you throw everything out of the window, you lock yourself in the bunker with like walls 7 meters wide. No one can hear you, no one can interrupt you. The only thing that you need is your computer or whatever device you need for your business, right? And you dedicate 3 hours only to that, and then you actually open doors and let your family come back to the house again after those 3 hours. These are the most productive 3 hours that you can get. And let me tell you that after the day in the school and those 3 hours, you will be absolutely exhausted. So there's no point in you trying to do anything else for your business. It's not like, oh, let me just do one more thing. No, that will not work because you're already so exhausted. The only thing that you can do right now to be kind of productive still is to just take your, let's say, book or your notes or anything that you're using to learn for this test, and just try to memorize as much as possible while being exhausted. Why? Because listen, you're already exhausted. So if you can develop the skill of focusing and memorizing still while being so exhausted, bro, that is so powerful skill. that is so powerful to have. It will absolutely change your life, the way you operate as a human being. Imagine what would happen if you actually have like this running business, right? And your life, you only focus on this business in your life. You finish the school, or you dropped out of the school. The only focus that you have is your business. Imagine what would happen if, for example, you have your work, right? You have this day, you work the entire day, and then you're just about to rest, but someone tells you that, hey, there's a new opportunity and you have to hop on a call right now. It's so big, and you're like, oh, I'm tired, no, and you just go to this meeting, to this call, and like there's actual big opportunity, but you're so tired that you're just kind of brain dead, just as I am on those videos while trying to speak in English. Actually, let me take a sip of water because I'm screaming like I'm autistic. Water break. Okay, so, and you have this important meeting, but you're brain dead and you actually are not able to close, for example. While if you had this like advantage, this ability to focus while being exhausted, bro, you would close another deal for your business, and that one deal, this one big opportunity, could mean like that you could basically rest for the entire next month, for example, right? Because you never know what will happen in your business. That's the reality. So just no, this is something. This is the example of the situation where you have used the skill, but you have learned because of the school, not in school, but because of the school, because you are going there, because you understood that you, like, indeed you had to. You are forced to sit there. Now, if you're going to follow this, there is a chance that there will be a point that you'll be able to, drop out of this school, because you'll stay consistent with your actions. You will, first of all, like just as I'm doing, you'll build solutions like service deliveries, but are just basically copy and paste, right? So you have a client, you take your template, change some things, paste it, done. If you are able to build a database of like deliveries like this one that are easily able to that you are easily able to copy and paste, and then you will stay consistent and like do 100 outreaches a day, call DMs or whatever platform, anything like that, I truly believe there is no way that if you stay consistent with that for the entire school year, you will not land a single client, right? So there might be a scenario that you'll just start doing what I have just told you in this video, and you'll end up getting like 4 clients during the school year. What will happen then? You'll have those 4 clients, you will have this summer, right? On the summer you'll be able to focus even more on those clients. You will like get a lot of cash out of them, assuming that you're working in some kind of agency model, because that's what I do, so that's how I can give you an example. Obviously that will differ a little bit depending on your business model. And now you have all of that cash, you can reinvest it, because now you have all the time, like you have those 2 months free, where you can actually focus. You can reinvest that money into paid ads, you can get even more clients, and you can come back to school having a lot of money, right? Having like 10 clients paying you $2,000 per month, and you're like basically tripling or maybe even quadrupling the salary of your teacher, maybe even more. So that is actually the game plan for school. Just don't, because I want you to understand that if you'll try to be this cool guy that is trying to resist the system and will not listen on lessons and all of that, so first of all you miss the opportunity to learn important skills like focus, like memorizing, for free, basically without any paid course or anything like that. All you have to do is to first of all learn how to focus on what the teacher says, Second of all, try to memorize things. If you do that, not only you'll learn important skills, but also you will not have to learn for those tests. So you will have even more time to simply rest. Because, as I said, you only want to do like 3 hours of deep work every single day after school, right? You will not get all of those benefits if you'll be trying to resist the system. That is not the way to do that, I believe, because I'm not telling you that because I just kind of figured it out. I mean, I did, but it's coming from my experience, because I was this type of guy who wanted to resist the system and just drop out of the school for more than 4 years now, right? Guess what happened? I didn't drop out of the school. I still am in the school and I still have 1 year left. Now guess what's happening? I had this mindset shift when I understood all of those things that I'm now recording about. It was in March, I believe, at the beginning of March, and I actually started slowly implementing all of those things. Guess what happens right now? 2 weeks, I mean by now it's like 3 or 4 weeks, but like 2 weeks into the YouTube, and I already have like 4K views combined on this channel, maybe even more, and like I have subscribers coming in every single day. So soon enough, maybe if another video blows up. Now I don't want to be like you know, this kind of badass and like salesy and all of that stuff, but if any kind of video blows up, maybe I will be able to turn on ads on my videos, so I will have like one income stream. Maybe I will be able to achieve that you know, by the end of this summer. Now I don't want you to think like this is my main goal. It's not the goal of this channel, but I'm just trying to show you what's possible right now, even after so little time passing, right? 3 weeks in, let's say 3 weeks in, and I already have like one video blowing up because I understood so many things, and that is kind of slowly opening the gates to actually dropping out of the school. Because imagine what would happen if I would have, by the end of this summer, a channel with, let's say, 10,000 true fans, agency up and running with the YouTube channel, and like 3 or 4 clients in this agency. Combine those two things and I'm making triple the amount of money that my teacher. Even 1,000 true fans will be enough on this YouTube channel. If I will kind of try to monetize it with paid community, which I'm not sure about yet, because that's like, this channel is not meant to be kind of business or anything like that. It's just for me to practice. But still, you know, I'm just telling you what's possible, and I want you to really take those things that I told you deep into your heart, because otherwise you will just lose time and you will realize the same things when you finish school, or a couple of years after you finish school. You will realize the same things, and you will remember that there was this random guy in the forest telling you basically the same things. Yeah, that is all from me. Thank you for watching and keep pushing.